Good evening, everybody. My name is Aaron Sudo. Welcome to the premiere of Hello World. Now, I've been teaching individuals how to get into the cryptocurrency arena for the past several years. But the number one question that I keep getting from most individuals is, how do I use it? How do I use it? That's a little bit of a loaded question because so many different people have so many different reasons for wanting to get into cryptocurrency. And that exactly is what this show is all about. We've got a great one for you here on Hello World. Now, to really understand cryptocurrency, we're going to have to take a look at where it all started. Back in 2009, right after the 2008 financial crisis. The alias under the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, the individual or individuals who actually created Bitcoin, the most renowned cryptocurrency that's made its debut on December 2017 on CNN when it finally reached a value of $10,000 per Bitcoin. Now, Satoshi's original vision was to develop the first peer-to-peer, person-to-person electronic cash system. And he was able to achieve this using a technology called the blockchain. Now, the blockchain's technology is actually a combination of three different types of cryptography or security framework that has actually been around some as early as the 1980s. Using these three different types of technologies, he was able to develop this technology called the blockchain, which was able to achieve an automatic consensus, which means all of the transactions spent, sent, bought, and received could be securely logged into the blockchain, and individuals would be unable to alter those funds without a third party. Now, this means there's no longer a need for the middleman or the banks. We have the ability to have a Swiss bank account right in our pocket. Never before have we had a system that hasn't needed a third party or central government being able to control that currency. And if we take a look at history, then time will tell us that there has never been a currency in existence where when one is able to print additional currency that it has not gone into hyperinflation. Now, if you were to ask me, that sounds like there's one big giant single point of failure in this system. If something happens to that central party, everything else below it gets shut down. Now, in the technological world, this is why Bitcoin was created as a decentralized entity. There is no single point of failure, or is no one party that can be taken out of the equation to where the rest of the currency falls. This currency is decentralized in the fact that it is run by communities of individuals, and if they are able to agree on a change, then implement that change. If in fact they can't reach a consensus about what to do or how to improve their currency, then what they called a hard fork splits the currency, and one party goes one way with their new currency and one party goes the other way with their own currency. And if we take a look at Bitcoin alone, there have been over 50 different forks of Bitcoin. From Bitcoin, we have seen the other highlights of the crypto world like Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash and many others. And if we fast forward into present day 2019, there are well over 2,000 different types of cryptocurrencies. So which one? Which one will rule them all? Will there be one coin that will take over? There are several different views of what will actually happen to the cryptocurrency world. And the first one I'd like to talk about is hyper-Bitcoinization. And if you speak to any Bitcoin maximalist, then they will tell you that Bitcoin will be the only currency that will be widely used around the world, and it will take out every other currency that's out there, and we will have just one single particular coin. For the individuals out there that think one coin will be widely used and only used by individuals, there's too many use cases out there to be able to store data on the blockchain and associate that data with particular coins that may represent assets or commodities. One single coin just isn't going to cut it. Now, there are other individuals that talk about hyper-tokenization. The idea behind this is that all commodities and assets or anything that holds a value of some sort will be represented as an actual coin and remain on the blockchain. This is essentially like a digital receipt and proof of ownership. We can definitely see that the idea behind this will radically change the way real estate is done. We'll no longer need actual title companies performing title checks to make sure that nobody is secretly holding on to this house when they shouldn't be, etc., etc. And the third parties involved with those companies will become completely automated. And being on the blockchain, we'll know that we have an accurate representation of whatever commodity or asset that we're working with that hasn't been tampered with because of the blockchain. Now, I believe that the idea behind hyper-tokenization is flawed in the simple sense that there is no way to have a deferred means of payment. Which means if you're going to purchase another token of some sort, then you would actually be trading another token that represented a different asset at that same time. Well, we definitely get into the situation where you might not want to trade any or all of your assets that you have for another asset, which would mean we need some sort of universal medium in between, which is why currency was developed in the first place. What may happen is just a combination of the two becoming one. On one hand, we have this Bitcoin, which currently is the universal value and is used as a representation of all other coins. Now, the smallest denomination of a Bitcoin is called a Satoshi. That's actually 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. And if you're to take a look at exchanges and individuals trading coins for other coins, all of them are represented by this Satoshi numeration. So maybe we come to a point where Satoshi Nakamoto's original vision of Bitcoin, or having a single decentralized cryptocurrency, transforms currency altogether with a decentralized network of many currencies. Maybe we just needed one cryptocurrency to be stable enough to be used as a representation of value in the digital world, to allow all other networks to remain free from a currency that is controlled by a single point of failure. We definitely wouldn't be running into the circumstance where if a nation's currency fell, that all businesses and individuals were overtaken by the hyperinflation of their currency. If all of our technology today is developed without single points of failure, why should our currency be any different? So this just being a taste of where cryptocurrency is going in the future, we also have to take a look at the big businesses. All of the big businesses like FedEx, Apple, Walmart, American Express, JP Morgan, Berkshire, and Hathaway, all of these individuals are on the blockchain wagon as well. Surprise, surprise to see Jamie Dimon on the news from JP Morgan turning his back and saying Bitcoin is a fraud. Meanwhile, everybody is watching the price drop 30%, at which time they turn around and purchase millions of dollars of cryptocurrencies for themselves, using their power of mass media to get just a little bit of a better price. They're no fools. They definitely know what's coming. A further look, we have 6 or 7 actual nations with their own cryptocurrency, national cryptocurrencies. Places like Malta, Venezuela, Tunisia, Senegal, and several more are definitely jumping on the bandwagon. In the year 2019 and 2020, we could see countries such as Russia and Japan releasing their own national cryptocurrencies. This is only a year away. There are major changes happening in the currency and governments of our world today. The biggest distinction in the cryptocurrencies that we're going to see in the future are those that are centralized and those that are decentralized. The question really is, what are we as individuals going to choose moving forward? Are things going to stay the way they always have been? Is that good enough for most people? Have we seen the worst of the worst in 2008, or something bigger to come? Are we going to have to wait for that moment for individuals to wake up and realize, I think we need to choose something better? So for those individuals asking, how do I get into cryptocurrency? My question would be to you is, why are you getting into cryptocurrency? Drop us a comment. Let us know. Are you interested in just because it's the latest trend and everything's going to be electronic in the future? Are you in it because you see that this is the next big thing and there's a lot of investment opportunities? Are you one of those individuals that are just fed up with the system and the way things are and want things to change? The reason why is going to determine the road that you're going to take. Thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to see some of the responses that come in. We'll see you next time on Hello World.